103. Yo, hey, what's
What's
up,
up,
guys? Welcome
everyone?
to the second ever episode of the Backyard PA.
Oh
This
yeah.
is your co-host FaZe and also Alex. We're here with a special guest, my boy from home, good old Barnwell, South Carolina, Jalen
Woo!
Smith. I'm excited to have him on. He's going to drop some
Yeah.
knowledge on
I'm
us.
excited
He's
to
a
be
pro
on here.
basketball player. And also, after our first vid, we had a few comments, had a few people talk to us, and there was a special request for what was in
hmm
my smoothie. So, I thought,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
why
What is
not
this?
start this thing called Smoothie of the Day? Why? Because it's FaZe. I'm your smoothie king.
Oh
And
my
today,
God. Is that also a name of an ice cream chain or something? Is that name of like an ice cream or something?
it
Like
could be.
you have
I
to
mean,
trademark
hopefully,
that.
I don't run into some copyright problems, but
Yeah. Come on, man. We're
whatever.
not trying to get any
We only
issues
got like
right at the
11
start of
subs,
our
so I don't think it
career.
matters right now. But last week, I think my smoothie, I had, banana, strawberries, a little bit of kale, mangoes with some orange juice and some ice. Today, I kept it simple, just got the OJ mango raspberries. But,
Nice.
I'll try to mix it up for you guys, every
And I'm mixing
video,
up
show
for
you
you.
this and that.
I got you Snapple. I love Snapple. Last time I had peach, this time raspberry. Who knows what's gonna be the next flavor next time? Cheers. Try to get
Snapple of
Snapple sponsor us.
the day.
Exactly. Well, Jalen, thanks for coming on, man. I know I've heard a lot of good things about you from FaZe On, and I'm really excited to get the chance to talk to you and just see some of your thoughts. It's going to be a good video, everyone, and let's get the show on the road. How you doing, Jalen?
I'm good. How are you guys, man?
Good.
Good, bro.
Quarantine's just ending in New York City, so I'm ready. FaZe On's lucky. He got a backyard right now. No wonder with a backyard PA. You know, I'm in the apartment building in Manhattan, and I think in June 8th they said quarantine's going to be done, and I'm ready. I'm like, let's
June
get
8th
this
is my
going. It's been
birthday,
since March.
It's
I'm
funny because it ends on June 8th, and that's my birthday. So it's like I'm almost like the savior of New York. Everybody bow down.
Well, okay. All right, people, just do me a favor. Don't let his head get any bigger in the comment section, please. Like, yes, he is the
The
savior.
almighty
but-
FaZe.
Exactly. But Jalen, you're doing good. You survived the pandemic, okay?
Oh yeah, everything's good, man. I'm actually in a pretty good situation, to be honest, despite everything that's going on, all the chaos. I can't complain.
Nice.
That's good to hear.
Nice. And I know that, and this is where guys, like, let's all in the comments let's give a little congratulations and shout out to Jalen because he's playing some professional basketball over in Armenia. And when he first told me about Armenia, I'm like, Armenia, that's interesting. They have some good food in Armenia. Like, there's this Armenian place, a restaurant a couple blocks away from me, and it's so good. So, like, man, I can't wait to hear about your experience, and I bet all of our viewers and subscribers can't wait either because that seems like such a foreign concept to us. Like,
Yeah.
Armenia.
Definitely. And for the viewers who don't know what Armenia is, don't feel bad. Once Jalen broke the news to me, I was like, Armenia, what is that? But definitely explain to everybody what Armenia is, what it's about, how it was there.
Yeah.
Give us all the
What's the
juice.
culture?
It was different. Well, actually, I actually went to Germany first. I went from Germany to Armenia. Armenia
Nice.
is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really different. And they said the food was gonna be good, bro. The food was like a big shot because it wasn't great. It was not good.
Oh, so then I have to go back to that
You know-
restaurant and ask him, like, man, you actually making Armenian food? Okay, so thanks for that call out, Jalen. I appreciate that. Thank
What
you.
was it what specific dish that you just didn't like there?
All of it.
Everything. So you was like,
I
bump
like
this, send me back to Barnwell. I need a good old soul food. I need my pig feet, my
Man,
chillins.
I was
Did they have a
like,
KFC or Popeyes there, or the Armenian equivalent of that?
Nah, they had a McDonald's and a Burger King. That was it.
McDonald's everywhere. Of
I'll
course, they had a
take Burger
McDonald's.
King. That's better than White Castle. I'll take that.
That was
And
it.
I bet we're gonna have some viewers who are gonna hate on me for saying that, but I still think Burger King is better than White Castle.
Whoa.
Oh, 100%. It is. It is. It is.
What'd you say, Jalen?
Yikes, I can't agree with that one.
Ooh, really?
I can't agree
Oh
with
man.
I don't like
Oh,
Burger
my
King,
goodness.
though. So, that's just
Yeah.
me.
Well,
I mean, it
guess
could
let's
be
hashtag
just because growing up,
Hashtag Burger King versus White Castle. Let's have a debate
Yeah.
about this in the comment section.
I can kind of understand that because growing up, I mean, not that we had a White Castle where we're from, but I can see how you got bad vibes from Burger King. We didn't have a Burger King because of that incident that happened.
Yeah,
Um,
it's it.
so maybe it could be that, for some reason, one of the workers at our Burger King in Barnwell, put his blood in one of the burgers, a couple of
What?
the burgers, and it's crazy. It got shut down.
Yeah,
So like
Is
a
he
lot
trying
of
to get a
people in the area,
Netflix vampire show or something?
I don't know,
Like,
but a
what?
lot of people were just turned off by it. So I can kind of see
Yeah.
why he doesn't like Burger King. But yeah,
Wow.
you know, just not only speaking of that transition from playing in Armenia and leaving the U.S., but how was the transition, leaving little old Barnwell, speaking of Barnwell, and then going to Sauk, and then leaving Sauk and going to Savannah State University? How was that transition for you?
Actually, like the transition from high school to Sauk wasn't that bad because like Sauk is, it's kind of like Barnwell. It's like small, compact, not much to do, nothing to get in trouble with. But
Mhm.
my transition from Sauk to Savannah State, now that was a big difference.
And Sauk was your JUCO? Sauk
Yeah,
was a JUCO.
JUCO.
Just so all the viewers know, Sauk was JUCO.
Yeah,
Okay.
JUCO.
Cool.
Right.
But yeah, that transition from JUCO to D1 was completely different. The work ethic had to change. The whole environment was different. The expectations was different. The love in the environment was different. And then like basketball itself just grew. Like you had to become smarter. You had to become stronger because everybody's just as strong as you. It's just wow. Ooh, at that level,
It's like that.
That was a big difference right there.
Right, and like you played some big time schools. Like you played like Cincinnati, you played Texas A&M. Like who else did you
Georgia.
play? Any other big schools? How was that? Oh, Georgia. Like how was
Georgia,
that atmosphere? How was it playing in
State.
those big stadiums?
I mean, it didn't bother me. I like it. I loved it. I love
Uh-huh.
kind of atmospheres. Like they bring the best out. Like the big lights make me play harder because like when you actually play, you don't see anybody. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything.
Oh really?
Court.
So you don't hear hecklers or anything? Like when
No.
you're in the court, like you don't hear the people sitting on court side.
Never
or
been
on the
heckled
court?
before?
Nah.
Oh man, I remember at Fordham it was a few times where I would just be on the sideline and somebody, first of all, they didn't even know how to say my name. They'll just be like, Pizan, Pizneen or something like that. And just be like, yo, you suck. Oh, you're skinny. Oh, you weak. Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they'll say things 100 times worse. I'm not going to say that on our show. But
Yeah,
I'm really
please don't.
surprised that you haven't been
We
heckled.
want to be PG
Especially-
over here.
Yeah, especially with like basketball where it's just like you're closer to the audience. The audience can really engage with you if they really want to because they're right there and they can physically see your face. They can see, they can pick on anything, So I'm really surprised that you haven't been heckled. Maybe just because you're such a handsome, fun-loving guy,
I
Who
know.
knows?
Aren't you a sniper from 3-point range? Isn't that why people were afraid? Because they thought, oh, I'm going to motivate this guy. He's going to hit bang threes, and like. So, but I'm just curious, like, how was the stadium or the arena in Armenia compared to like SEC? Like, I'd imagine it's much smaller. But we'd love to hear about.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't actually that small. It was like in the middle kind of. It wasn't small, but it wasn't huge either. Though. Then you got like schools
really?
like Georgia, Texas A&M. It's huge. This is a big difference. Really big difference.
Oh,
Actually.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I would see through some of your, IG stories and some of your posts. It looked like you guys, even though I wasn't really familiar with the area and I didn't know much about how basketball impacted that community, it looked like you guys had a pretty good following there. It looked like the kids were involved a lot too. So it looked like, it kind of seemed as if like you guys had like, good outcome when it came to attendance at the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Basketball was like really the only sport out there. Really, like they played soccer.
Oh, really?
But for some reason, basketball is like really grew. The year before I got there, it got big out there. All the kids look up to everyone that played, and then like
That's
family,
cool.
It felt like it was great entertainment for the kids, so they supported it because the kids love it, and then they actually ended up liking it. So, like the support system like out there was actually pretty nice, and they tried to take care of us outside of basketball. It was cool.
That's cool.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, and like you hear a lot of like sometimes you got guys from Spain, from Italy, from Luka Doncic, Slovenia, right? You have a lot of guys coming in from Europe who can hold their own in the NBA. How was that level of competition in Armenia? Like, was it like as good as college? Was it better? Because you don't hear a lot of Armenian basketball players, at least in the NBA, at least. So
it wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously it's a little easier. Like the overseas route anywhere is easier than American basketball because like they're not as athletic as us. They usually is like more smarter, like they're smarter than us, but they're not as athletic, so they can't move as fast as us. It's like on the physical side, it's more so easier overseas, but on the smart side, they're right there with us.
And that's good because that can kind of help you develop yourself to, hey, I'm an athletic player, I'm athletic, but it's kind of showing you that, hey, I need more than my athleticism to excel.
Exactly.
So it kind of makes you, study film more. It makes you, dissect defensive sets more, and be more patient with your pick and rolls and like stuff like that. So, going that route, I can definitely see. Yeah.
Just pull up from three.
I can definitely see make you a more well-rounded player. Yeah.
But so, like, what's been your favorite basketball moment, like, whether it's in college or in JUCO or in professional? Do you have like this one moment that you always remember and you're like, wow, like I'm just so proud of that, or that was just so amazing?
It had to be either my first D1 game. We played Cincinnati. I had like 12-7 for my very first game, and that's when Cincinnati.
Ooh, nice.
They were ranked number 11 or 12 in the country at the time. And it was the first. It was the first college game too. So everybody was watching. Like it was It was like
that's crazy.
Or when we played Georgia, I shot 85% from three. I had 6 threes that game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, right. That was a big.
Yeah, you really snapped that Georgia game. Yeah.
Hey, all these scouts that are listening to us, he shot 6 threes in Georgia. All these scouts listening and subscribing to us, take note of that.
Yeah, and I don't say this enough, but I'm really proud of how you took your own route by going to Savannah State. Because I remember, you speaking on me and Mark about it, always saying like, hey, I want to go to this school, this and that. And we were all like, go to a bigger school, do this and that. And you were like, no, I'm going to take my own route, do my own road. Nice. They play this higher level competition. I want it to be seen that, hey, I can play with these guys, even if I'm playing on a team that's not as good as theirs or not as talented as theirs. And you really did that. So, I just want to take a moment to say I'm proud of you. So,
yeah, man. And Faison kind of introduced me to you, I think, when you were just starting Savannah State, and it's been like, I don't know you as well as Faison, and like I hope to know you as well. I probably never will because I'm not the bro from Barnwell, but I hope to know you well. And just what I've seen from Savannah State, like you've played tough, you play well, you play hard, you play gritty, which is all important. You're not just all about flash. I mean, yes, you do have some flash, but you also know how to play, which is important, and just going from, just echoing Faison, going from college to Europe to Armenia, that couldn't have been easy. So these cultural transitions, just like life, I'm sure, is totally different in Armenia or even in Germany than it is in South Carolina or in Georgia where you play for college. So, like, do you miss anything about Germany or Armenia? Like, is there anything that you kind of wish was different here? Or like, is there anything one moment you're like, wow, I kind of miss this?
But Germany, like, everybody's so nice, man. Like, it's way nicer out there. Like, everybody's so open and like just heartwarming from the get-go. Like, they don't know me for anything, and then there's not too many black people out there, so everybody's looking at me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm already 6'7". Everybody's just like they're kind of scared, but they don't want to be scared. So they just open up and they just come out all nice. Out here, it's not like that. It's not like that in America.
How about in Armenia? Was it similar in Armenia to Germany?
Yeah, Armenia. I think Armenia was more so fan crazy. It was just.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that if it was a matter of them actually being nice, or is this, oh hey, it's this 6'7", 6'8" black guy, he must be in the NBA. Let me be nice to him, get his autograph, get a picture, maybe a date.
Yeah. So like in Germany, it was more so like they wanted a personal connection with you. And they probably could care less about you as a person.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So what did you do outside, like being on the court? Did you like go out, or like how was this life outside, just playing basketball in Armenia?
I didn't go outside. I didn't go outside. I played the game and I went out to eat with my teammates. That was about it. Now in Germany, they made sure I got out. They took me out themselves and made sure I saw everything. But they kind of made it an effort to like, hey, you're gonna enjoy the summer, you're gonna have fun, and we're gonna show you the culture. So that was great.
Where in Germany were you at?
I was in Neustadt and Ruhenberg.
I'm never gonna try to say that. I'm never gonna try to say that.
I don't know what that is. Sorry, all you German people out there.
It's like right beside Hanover. You ever heard of Hanover?
I've heard of
Hanover. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
basically, this is so funny. It's how Faison. When I asked Faison, back when I first met him, like, where are you from? He's like, Barnwell. I'm like, where's Barnwell? And he's basically going through this. Do you know where Charleston is? Okay. Do you know where Columbia is? Okay. Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I have a visual right now. And it was funny one time.
It's what you have to do, you know.
Exactly. And it was funny because one time we're driving to Florida or somewhere down or Atlanta or something. I texted Faison because I think he was in Barnwell that time. Like, hey bro, like, should I swing by Barnwell? You know, like, are you? I know you're there. And Faison's like, no, there's nothing to do. Just keep on driving. I'm like, oh, okay. I was curious to see how life would be down there.
There's absolutely nothing to do, man. Outside
nothing but farms.
Sports.
Yeah,
really?
That's it. That's literally it. You know, but going back on Germany and Armenia right quick. How was it with the language barrier? Like, you know, not speaking Armenian, not speaking German, and like with your teammates as well. Like, was it like guys who came from different countries who also spoke different languages? Like, how was that language barrier like with the community and also within your team organization?
I see both experiences were different. Like Germany, everybody of course speak German, but they actually made an effort to speak English. Like they had a little English, but they really made an effort to speak it for me, just because they knew I couldn't understand them and like they cared. They wanted to communicate with me more so. Armenia, they really did care. They just kind of like had that one guy that spoke English and tried to use him as like the translator, and they had like
that's interesting.
Yeah, like they had the bad English. Huh. They tried to communicate, but they gave up kind of fast. More so in Germany, everybody tried. They all spoke English to me. They tried to keep me German.
It's kind of like 2K19. You know how in 2K19 in the career mode, whenever you first start off in the prelude, and it's you in China, and it's the one dude, you know, trying to tell you English mid game. It's a crunch mode in the game. You don't know what's going on. Like,
Wait, what did you say? I don't know what you said. I didn't translate Zhang.
Yeah, it is.
So I've never played NBA 2K on an Xbox. I played on my phone, and one time I was playing with Faison, and I think we lost by 40 points to his friends at least. So I'll RIP my 2K career. It's different than your phone. Hey, you can do it. We can all do a trip out there one day. I've always wanted to go.
Exactly.
And you can show us all there is to know about Nuremberg. And
the Mom Squad. It's the Mom Squad.
Yeah, exactly. Nuremberg. And
the Mom Squad. It's the Mom Squad.
So now that brings me to the reason why you're here, which is to react to our last video, because we had a few viewers say that we were crazy, and we just kind of wanted to hear from a professional basketball player, you know, your opinion on the Mavs Clippers matchup and the Philly Boston. So let's hear it.
Yeah, man.
All right, so like with the Cavs, man, the Cavs and the Clippers, y'all really think that like it's gonna be a 7-game series?
I do, because I think you don't think so.
Wait, actually, I'm sorry. We have to cut this out too. Cause did I say Cavs and Clippers, or did I say Mavs?
Someone said Cavs.
Okay.
Said Cavs, not Mavs.
I said Mavs. Oh, Joe, you said Cavs. Okay, so let's cut that out. Let's start over again. All right, so this is the beauty of having an editor now. We can edit this type stuff out. All right, so now this brings us to the part of the video, which you know why we no. So now this all right. Start over.
You want me to do it?
Nah, I got it. 1, 2, 3. So now this brings us to the part of the video, which is why we actually brought you on the show, Jalen. We want to know, because we had a couple of viewers say that our opinions were crazy. We didn't know what we were talking about, blah, blah, this and that. Bump those guys. We kind of wanted to hear from a professional basketball player, your opinion on the Clippers-Mavs matchup and the Philly-Boston matchup. So let's hear it.
I don't know. I feel like that Mavs matchup is not a 7-game matchup.
You don't think it's 7 games?
I just don't. I think it's 5.
Tell us why, man. That was one of our bold predictions in the previous.
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Now we're
That was one that we
gotta
really
hear
stood
what
by.
the pro says. What does the pro say?
I'm saying, look at the Clippers. Like, they first of all, they have a home 5, and they have a bench, and the bench is just as good as the 5, and they're not that. It's not like a big gap between them, and like talent wise. Then you got the Mavs. The Mavs is like a 3-handed team, for real. If we're honest, they got Luka, they got Tim, and they got Porzingis. And then outside of them, who else they really have to depend on?
I mean,
So
those
we're
guys are
saying
kind
that
of
they're
like,
the bench.
yeah, they have a good bench. I mean, they're not big name guys, but they're guys that, you know, stepped up. They play good. You know, the judgment is still out there for them in the playoffs, but, you know, we felt like they played good during the regular season. We thought that, hey,
Don't get me wrong, now the Mavs is a good team, but the
Right.
Clippers, honestly, I got the Clippers in the finals. To be honest, they got
Yes,
that
thank
perfect.
you, Jalen. I had that same prediction.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
people were
whoa,
saying
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
crazy.
whoa.
Thank
Clippers in
you,
the
Jalen.
finals?
So guys,
Yo, you're not from
my
Barnwell.
opinion-
You're not from Barnwell. You're not from Barnwell.
My opinion lines up with a pro. So there you go, everyone.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
clearly
go
the
watch
Lakers.
video.
Actually, yo, hold off the Philly, whatever. I don't know what that's in the East. You saying the Clippers gonna beat the Lakers? Yo,
Yeah.
what?
Yes, I told you
Bron?
the same
Yo,
thing, Faison.
AD? Yo, who's checking AD?
What you mean?
Who's
Anybody
checking
who want
AD?
Kawhi,
Wait,
Kawhi.
first.
Marcus
First,
Morris.
Wait, let me chill out.
You gonna
with this
leave
fuck.
Paul
Let me chill out.
George or LeBron because we saw what happened a couple of years ago when that happened. You gonna leave Paul George or LeBron, bro?
Hey,
Come on, dog.
We're not gonna act like Paul George didn't go out LeBron's head. When he was
We not.
That's
I'm
what I
not
was
saying
saying.
that. I'm not
Lakers
saying that. But we also saw what Bron was doing that series,
Yeah, but
in that
PG
Eastern
was
Conference
playing
Finals.
too. You see
and
what-
also PJ not the same PJ. He had that injury. He's not the same. He's good. Don't get me wrong.
PJ's been
I'm
killing
not.
it on defense.
I'm not knocking PG. I'm not knocking PG. He's odd. He is definitely, in my opinion, 100% top 10 players in the league right now.
Yeah.
But he's not checking Bron, bro. Did you see what Bron did to Giannis before the pandemic happened? Bron was going crazy on Giannis. You telling me PG gonna stop that? And this is just regular season Bron warming up. You know how he is in the postseason, bro. You saw what he be doing to Toronto single-handedly, bro. You telling me
I
PG,
think-
PG stopping that, bro?
Look though,
And he's
look,
getting
Yeah,
better
so
with
I
age.
think
Not
if you look at
PG
the
not.
Clippers,
it's gonna be a one-on-one game.
the Clippers, like their bench, I think their bench is also better than the Lakers bench.
That's the
I
separation.
honestly believe that.
The Lakers don't have a bench at all.
The Lakers don't have a bench.
Like the thing is, so I think so. Jay, let me ask you this: do you think
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson is better than Rajon Rondo?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Right
think that? Do you think Montrezl Harrell or whoever the other big is, Zubac, is better than Dwight or JaVale?
All right, see, no, that's a nah.
That's a no.
Nah.
That's a no. And then Marcus
They got Deion
Morris.
Waiters. They got Markieff Morris.
Deion Waiters. I don't trust
Contavious
Deion
Caldwell
Waiters.
Pope, who actually picked this game up later in the season.
First of all,
Caruso.
KCP.
Okay.
He's so inconsistent. Like you don't
He
know what
is,
you
but
gonna-
he is
don't know what you-
inconsistent. But
I trust Landry.
I'll give him
Shamet
this.
to shoot more than KCP.
honestly,
What?
with KCP, I would agree. He's inconsistent. He honestly, whenever the season first started, I really thought that Bron was gonna play him on the chop block. He was gonna be traded, but I don't know what Bron did. Bron did what Bron does, and yo, ever since like a month and a half in the season, he's been playing at a high consistent level, hitting the shots, running in transition, playing defense. And the thing about the Lakers is, all of their players are two-way players. There's not a player on that team that doesn't play defense well. You can't say
That's
the
the
same thing
Clippers.
for the Clippers. That's not
Yeah.
Lou Will locking up. Reggie
No,
Jackson
but-
Pat
locking
Bev.
up.
I love Pat
Reggie
Bev's
Jackson
gonna lock
played
up
good.
whoever's playing point. You know that.
Facts.
And you know Pat Bev can switch.
Facts. And you got Kawhi locked down the defender.
Yeah.
Paul
The
George
claw.
locked down the
Paul
defender.
George. Exactly.
Montrezl Harrell, he holds his weight too.
Same with Marcus Morris.
Yeah, he holds his weight, man.
Yo,
I'm just
wow,
saying,
bro.
That's the matchup of like the league, honestly.
That's the matchup of the
it
league.
is. It is. It
That's
is.
the
So
matchup of
Jalen,
the league.
I'm really happy you agreed with me. I was telling that to Faison. He also thought I'm crazy.
Well, now I think both y'all crazy. and Jalen not from Baltimore no more.
Well, you know, hey everyone, comment what you think in the comment section. You know, on YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram. Like, let's see what you all think. I'm actually really curious because I bet this is the one series that everyone's gonna go 50-50 on, and we'd love to hear what you all think. And hey, maybe this can be another show. Like, just like basically, we can get some of you all on the show too, and we can all interact with the fans and really see what everyone thinks about Clippers Lakers, because that's gonna be an insane series. That's gonna go 7 games, and I do think, and I'll stand by my word, I think, and Jalen apparently does this too, Clippers are going to win a 7-game series. I honestly see that.
If y'all comment Clippers under our post and y'all get a hate comment back from the Backyard PA, know it's from me. It's 100% for me.
Exactly. And like, hey, we know that Weez and Manny are huge LeBron fans, but you know, I think even they're going to agree that the Clippers may have a
They
shot.
won't. No,
But we'll
not
see.
even a chance.
I think, and I
on
think
top of
Doc
that,
Rivers.
wait,
I trust Doc Rivers.
I tell you what though, that's the finals. 100% that's the finals.
Wait, and to be honest, we've never seen AD in that type of pressure. We've never seen him that deep in the
You're
pressure.
right.
True.
But
You're
gonna
right.
get,
You're
honestly.
right.
That's
I
very
can agree
true.
with that too.
That's true. That's very
Don't
true.
get me
And
wrong,
what
AD's a Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest forwards ever. Don't get me wrong, but we've never seen him that deep in the playoffs. We don't know. And then LeBron has that effect where at that time he's not passing the ball like that. It's his show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to disagree with that because we've seen LeBron, you know, in the playoffs.
Let me rephrase it. The ball goes through him and his stuff. You know, and
Okay.
That's true. That's
All
true.
right.
That's
Okay.
That's true.
That's better wording, Jalen.
let me say it like that.
But like the other thing is, like also to this argument, if the Clippers hung in a 6-game series against the Warriors last year, when they basically only had, we even forgot about Lou Will on the bench. Like they're basically Lou Will, Pat Bev, and a bunch of just guys who played hard. If they really took the Warriors with KD to 6 games, like imagine what they can do with Kawhi and PG. And Doc Rivers, he knows he got tools this year. And if they have confidence that they could do that to the Warriors with KD and Clay and Steph and Draymond. Imagine what they can do this year with a full team and a better bench.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that could go into that. You can say that maybe the Warriors went into the series, they got nobody, lollygagged around, didn't play to the level that they should have been, and then the clip,
That
and
doesn't
then
like
I'm just saying, you know, if you're playing a team with Kawhi and PG being the top players, you're going to go into that game with a different mentality than if you're worried about Pat Bev and Trez and Lou by their lonesome. Not saying that they're not great players, they are great players, but just those 3 guys by themselves, I'm going to go into that game like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Warriors being that stack probably went into the game with that mentality too. So, you know, you can't really account. Plus, you know, those guys got Kawhi and PG also. Like, they're playing differently. So we don't know how they'll play in that playoff atmosphere, having 2 guys with the ball more, you know. So, but
Jalen, what do you
yeah,
think?
man.
I don't know.
What do you
Yeah, man. Nah, don't give me that face. Don't give me that face.
I don't know. But let's talk about the East though. Who you guys got coming out of the East?
Yeah. I mean,
East is interesting. I think the favorite of the Bucks. If anyone can challenge them, and I'm a New York guy, born and raised in New York. I'm a Knicks Giants fan, and this hurts me to say, but I think the only team that really can give the Bucks a run for their money are the Celtics. They were playing hot. They're playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
really
Celtics.
elevated them.
I was gonna say we might have a LA Celtics finals.
That's my favorite team, so I'm gonna say the Celtics.
You like the Celtics?
Yeah, you got too much young talent not to do it, honestly. And they actually mesh very well together, very well.
So I guess
you
it's
think the
easy to
Celtics
say
will
that
beat
you
the
got
Sixers easily?
them over Philly.
Yeah, I got Boston over Philly.
Easy.
I have a
Yeah.
question for you. What's your opinions on Philly? I mean, just because that if Boston is like your favorite team, there's no point in us really going into that matchup. How do you really feel about, because everybody say Philly has all this in talent, Ben Simmons and B, they signed Richardson, they signed Horford, like, but why aren't they
Harris.
playing at the level that they should be, you know? What's your opinion on that?
In the playoffs, they can pack the paint on them. That's the difference because Ben can't shoot, so everybody knows they can sack in, and they're able to help on Embiid. And then like they don't really have any knockdown shooters to get the ball to the corner. Nobody has to expect the 3-point line, so they kind of just pack like the same way the Raptors did the Bucks. They just packed in the paint because Giannis can't shoot, and they exposed them to the same thing. They exposed Ben Simmons in the playoffs.
Right.
And I think one of the crucial guys is actually a guy who plays in a team with a hoodie that you're wearing right now, JJ Redick. He was big for the Sixers. He could go off the dribble. And I mean, you're the pro, so you can tell me about my vernacular. But basically, the point I'm saying is he can shoot, and the defense needs to pay attention to him because he can shoot.
Yeah, they had him last year, and they also had a Bellinelli who hit some big 3-point shots for them.
Bellinelli.
Yeah. And they don't have either
Yeah.
one of those guys anymore.
I know. What do you think about Ben Simmons, Jalen? I know a lot people right now kind of souted a little bit more on him. They still think he's great, but not as like a superstar kind of player right now. He's not showing the ability.
He's definitely a superstar. He just can't shoot.
You think so?
That's his only downfall. Other than that, great. Like, what flaw does he have? He plays great defense. He's a great point guard. He just scored. Well, he still averages like over 20 points and with no jumpers.
I have a question for you then.
What's up?
For what reason, not that you know Ben Simmons and what goes on in his head, but for what reason, why won't he develop a jump shot? Like, is it? I was wondering about that. I see so many basketball players, you know, just shooting. How come it's harder for some to shoot? How come some don't shoot? Like, even though they put all these hours in the gym, or is it like a preference thing? They just don't want to. What's up?
To be honest, it might be like a preference for the team. Like, example, y'all know Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Example, like,
yes, as
like,
a Knicks fan, he's my saving grace right now. As a Knicks fan.
Like, be honest, like, you wouldn't think that Mitch can shoot, he can dribble anything, man. Mitch has a burner. Like, Mitch can shoot the ball from anywhere from the 3-lane. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
I've been with him for the last 2 months. Like, we had the same trainer, man. We've been going at it heavy for the last 2 months. And we push each other every day. The guy shoots the ball just like a guard. He shoots it just like us, off the dribble and everything. So like, Ben Simmons,
I didn't know he shot it that well. I remember watching videos of him. I remember watching videos of him working out, and I just see him shooting. I'm just like, yo, where this coming from? Like in warm-ups and the Knicks gear, just shooting. I'm like, he can shoot? Like, I know he's a premier shot blogger. He's a hell of a defender.
He's gonna shake the league up real soon.
Yeah, no, 100%. I've been saying that since his rookie year. He's crazy good. He has high potential. Like, he's gonna be a really good big in this league.
And I've been a dire Knicks fan since Stephon Marbury time. So I'm basically like, I want some young guy, someone to really step up and carry the franchise. And ever since Mitch Robinson got drafted, I'm like, I can't wait to see, excuse me, how he develops. Because the fact, I remember his rookie year, he was blocking shooters on the 3-point line. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
When did the Knicks?
He was top 5 in blocks, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I know. The last Knicks
blocks.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And then
this year too.
That's true. And I'm just going to Faison's and your points about basically shooters. Why can't they shoot? How much of this do you think is a mental aspect? Because you hear a lot of times coaches say, here's a green light, you know?
All of it is mental. Most of the game is mental, honestly. Everybody's talented. Everybody in the league is super talented. Like, you're in the league for a reason. Like, you got there because you're talented. It's the mental aspect of it. Like, guys like Damian Lillard doesn't care what anybody says. He's going to do his thing. He's going to shoot the ball anytime he wants to. Yo, Curry doesn't care. He's going to shoot it. He probably doesn't make. And then you got guys like Mitch. He probably has his coaches in his ear and tell him not to do this, not to do that. And they're like trying to label him as just a dunker, just a rebounder. Like Ben Simmons, everybody's trying to label him as just a dunker, just like a point guard. And then like messing up his confidence by backing off and guarding him at the free throw line. Like that.
I can definitely see that.
So to your point, do you think an okay shooter like Damian Lillard, like he was okay his first couple of years of shooting from 3, if you look at his percentages, which really picked up the more confidence he's got in the NBA. Do you think that the mental aspect, if you have confidence, can transform maybe a below average shooter to an average shooter or an above average shooter?
Yeah, it just take one moment. Honestly, it takes one moment to give you confidence, and then boom, there you go. Everything just shoots up to the roof. Look at Curry. It took Curry
Right.
6 years. It took him 6 years in the league to become what he is now.
True.
It just take one moment, despite his injuries. But it just take one moment. Oh,
So have you been a
Yes,
shooter
sir.
from day one though?
nah.
He was a layup guy.
Oh, really?
That was a strong layup. I couldn't dunk till late. I couldn't dunk till like my year of high school. Yeah, I was like six.
So-
Couldn't dunk.
Well, one time I tried to dunk and I sprained my ankle and I barely touched rim. So there you go. RFP my basketball career.
The RP.
We all know me. I don't want to
Yeah,
get in my.
we know it.
All of
I
us.
don't want to
all
get
of
in
us-
Mm.
my.
all of
So,
us
like
can't
Jalen,
be
one, you'd be
What's
proud
that,
of
J
us.
Rock?
All of us can't be 6'8" super athletic in high school.
I'm 6 foot, so at least I hit 6. Like I'm just happy about that. I hit 6. I can put that on my license 6, and I'm happy about that. So we had Faison and I had one play that you'd be very proud of. We were playing at a NYU pickup game, and I got the ball. Just some guy dribbled off his foot. I picked it up. I was running down the court, and I was gonna go for a layup. Then all of a sudden, I saw this big human come running out of the corner of my eye. And I didn't even look backwards. I just literally threw the ball up like this, and Faison slammed it down with 2 hands. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was probably the clumsiest looking alley-oop from my end that you would ever think of, but it looked beautiful. And
Right.
man, that was my crowning moment of basketball in a pickup game in my life, I think. Awesome. So you think that the Sixers are going to lose, what, 4 games, 5 games to the Celtics? What's your prediction then?
They go 7 games.
Oh, 7 games.
That series
They go
always.
7 games?
They always go 7. They go
Yeah.
7. It's a good rivalry. Like the Sixers aren't bad.
They're not bad, yeah.
Right.
And I think, and what do you think about this? Faison and I were talking about this one time. This is really the first time that this core Sixers player has really faced controversy, you know, or just adverse events, because everyone kind of gave them leeway, you know, or just asked, okay, you didn't do well, you know, you're still learning how to play in the playoffs, you know. But this year, they've had a bad losing streak. They've really slumped on offense. Like, do you think this can also play a role to why they're not playing as well, because they're just not used to dealing with this kind of stuff?
Right.
I don't know. They kind of been in this light like for a minute, so there's not really too many more like excuses they can make, to be honest. Like they've had the same stars for like the 5 years now. Like the stars that carry like the rest of the role players and people like that start winning.
Yeah, like at this point, it's just a matter of them winning or not. You know, their time is running up. I could
Yeah.
definitely agree with that.
It's not too many more excuses they could make, honestly.
Yeah,
Right.
it's either somebody's getting traded or a coach getting fired.
I think the coach is going to get fired. If they don't do
Nah.
the playoffs, he's getting fired.
Coaches are bad though. It's just you can't have a dominant center and then a point guard that can't shoot. It just don't work like that. It's a bad mesh. You're not gonna win a championship like that. Yeah,
Right,
you're gonna win some games because they're like super talented, but you're not gonna win a championship.
right.
Right. And Embiid can shoot, but he's just very streaky, right? Would you call him streaky?
Yeah. And wait, Ben Simmons going streaky?
No, Embiid.
No,
Embiid.
Embiid.
Oh, Embiid can shoot. He can score. He's one of the best centers in the league. He can score the ball.
Yeah.
Will.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want to say, so do you have any like last big NBA thoughts or playoffs, or any like bombshells that, you know, our audience would be like, wow, you know, like, do you have any of that kind of stuff? Because I know we're starting to get a little bit late for time, you know, and we're just curious, like, what are some of your big last minute thoughts? Cute, maybe risky thoughts or big thoughts or bold
Other
thoughts?
than the Clippers not beating the Lakers, because we all know that outcome. You know.
We'll
What are your
discuss
other
that at a
thoughts?
later time. We'll discuss that at a later time.
I got the Clippers winning it, man. Winning it all. Clippers of Boston.
That would be nice. That would be nice. All right,
Clippers.
everyone. So, you know, when it's Clippers, Boston in the finals, y'all can call Jalen. Y'all can shout out Jalen in the comments. Be like, you're right, man. You're right.
That's gonna be me going. That's gonna be me.
Okay.
Not here.
and also, like, I cited Jalen, so you can shout out to me. But, you know, also, if Faison's wrong, feel free to shout out to him. And we already know what's going to happen if the Lakers make the finals over the Clippers. You know, Faison's going to be talking to 2 of us in our group chat, being like,
I got
why'd you doubt
Boston.
me?
even if Boston played the Lakers, I got Boston over the Lakers.
What?
I got Boston over the Lakers.
Really?
Everybody, I think this is where we wrap up the show. Because Jalen's talking crazy all of a sudden. He was already talking crazy. Now he's trying to get put in a mental home. So,
even I think the Lakers would beat the Celtics. But that, we can have that for another show.
don't get me
And
wrong. I really think that'd be a good series, though. Actually, now that I think about it, the Celtics are pretty well-rounded team. Lakers are well-rounded, and I'm having flashbacks to where young Jason Tatum was dunking over Braun. That hurt my soul, but I could really see that being a good series. Jaylen Brown's playing amazing too. Kemba's being a great leader. That could be a really good series. I'm not going to go out on the ledge and say that they're going to win that series, but I could really see that being a heck of a finals matchup.
Absolutely. Well, Jalen, we want to say thank you so much for coming on today, and I think we'd love to have you back at some other time. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've had an amazing time talking to you, and if viewers, please give a little shout out to Jalen. Let's support him. I know he's had a great pro career in Armenia. We're excited to see what's going to happen next. So let's all show him some love too. You know, we'll put his Instagram handle on our page. You can follow him too. I know he likes his followers also. You know, get his. You know, who doesn't like the followers? So thank you again, everyone, and Jalen, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You know, actually, Jalen, one last thing. You know, just because you gave us everything about your past and that, you know, throughout this pandemic, what have you been doing? You know, how have you been keeping your body healthy? You know, what are some things you've been doing? What are some goals you hope to achieve? Like, what are your aspirations? You know, kind of let the fans know, where do you want to really go with this?
Well, like, I'm in here in New Orleans with my trainer, Marcel Scott. He's actually Anthony Davis' trainer, like main trainer.
Right.
Robinson. So we've been in the gym every day. And I wake up every morning. I got like a personal trainer for my body wise. Got a personal trainer. I go to him right after I finish him. The gym, we do a gym workout. But then he has me on a diet. Like I'm gained like 30 pounds because I've been here.
You know how Twigman?
Really?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good side. I'm skinny. He changed my life. Like he made me like an actual like learning how to get the spot. So you to hear the shoot. Every time you get here, it's automatic. Like basically,
Call my phone right there.
I got you. Basically, like making me a pro. Like,
Right.
hey,
That's cool.
you get there,
Good
it's
for
not
you.
bad. You shouldn't miss in these spots. Now I'm like a
Nice.
sick shooter. Like I can actually score. Like it's all good. And that's been the thing. Though. It's just I've been 100% basketball. That's it. Nothing else.
That's good.
Right.
Nice. Nice. Well, I can't wait to see you play wherever it is in the future. You know, like I know before it's hard to find a basketball stream for Armenia. I don't know where you can, even Reddit doesn't have it. Reddit has everything. So you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing more highlights of you and just continuing to support you and just see where this journey takes you, man.
Same, bro. Same.
Awesome. All right, everyone. You know, thank you again. Feel free to comment. Feel free to call us out. Agree with us. You know, we just love to hear your thoughts, and we've got some good feedback from people from our first video, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, and please keep the comments coming. Please keep the talking going. You know, we're starting to build a community, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen in just 2 months from now. So thank you, everyone, for supporting us, and feel free to contact us. You know, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, email us. We'll respond.
Thanks, guys. I don't have much to say. Alex hit everything on the nail. So, peace, yo, J-Rod. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate you, guy. You're my guy. Thanks for doing this for us, and hope all is well with you. Backyard PA community, love you guys. I'll see you guys next episode. You know, comment some things, you know, just because sports world is on hold. So it's, you know, trying to find topics is kind of difficult. If you guys want to hear us talk about something, definitely comment that. We'll look into it. Might even talk about it. That's all. Peace.